My husband is losing his job in 57 days because his plant is closing. Welcome to day 5 of documenting our layoff. Yesterday I talked about how living off last month's incomes helped me transform my financial life, and I am hoping buffers us for this layoff and protects us through the ongoing process of having to find a new job. But today I want to talk to you about what it feels and looks like when you overspend or miscalculate a category. Tomorrow is the 4th of July, and this year the 4th of July kind of appeared out of the blue. I did not budget appropriately for the 4th of July, and there were many factors for that. First of all, there were several birthdays that I did not account for. I had a grandma's birthday, I had a cousin's birthday, my daughter had her birthday, we had summer celebrations, and I had forgotten just how many summer activities happened consecutively throughout the summer. And so here we are, the 4th of July, and my budget for the 4th of July is already blown. We've already spent on food. The fireworks are expensive this year, and my stepson is coming to visit, and we are paying for his transportation, which comes out to $186. Many of the calls for the 4th of July are around the $200 mark. I believe that by the end of this weekend, I will probably have spent close to $600 for the 4th of July. Now what happens is that I have to adjust my budget with the money that I have. So that may mean that I need to borrow from my going out fund, borrow from the different types of funds that are funded and ready to use with money in them, but that are not essential. I'm gonna borrow from as many funds as I can that is not our savings. When you're living off last month's income, what gives you the flexibility is the variable expenses. When you know your fixed expenses, those are the things that you need to keep the lights on and your fixed payments. It's in the variable expenses where you find the flexibility, right? However much you have allocated for eating out, for clothing, for beauty, for care, all of that is technically flexible. You can go without or with less. It's not necessarily something that is enjoyable to do because I do want to get my hair done. I do want to spend money on clothes, but they're not essentials. I don't have to do them this month. I could push them out. Living off last month's income makes borrowing far less stressful because it's so much easier to borrow from non-essential categories than it is to take from your savings account. Anyways, so that's how we're gonna resolve the 4th of July. We are overspending during a time that we do not need to be overspending, but we could not have predicted this layoff. 2, I couldn't have counted for all of these small expenses that showed up, mainly because 1, my daughters are now, they're 6 and 2. My 6-year-old is far more conscious than she was last year. And so this year she has asked to do more things during the summer. So going to these family parties was because she wanted to go to them, not because I wanted to go to them, because I find traveling with toddlers so stressful. So these expenses didn't exist last year. I did not plan for them this year because I didn't have them last year. Anyways, so that's what it feels like. And it looks like when you live off last month's income and you have flexibility to borrow from categories or delay spending your money in a category. Come back for tomorrow's chat on this journey.